In today's video I am taking a ride on the CRF 1000 to Laukvik and Svolvær in Lofoten. I've been in Svolvær a dozen times, but I've actually never been in Laukvik, so that's going to be interesting. Today I will be testing out some new camera gear, and also I got this new mount for the drone controller to the handlebar that I got 3D printed. So that will be interesting to see if it works. But first I have to just lubricate the chain because it seemed really dry and it's actually worn out. So we'll have to replace that. So just grab your favorite drink and join me on the rides. So today it's the 19th of April and it's Easter Eve, at least that's what I think it's called in English. And I'm not expecting a lot of traffic today because I guess most people are at home and the tourist season hasn't started. So this will be a new experience because Lofoten is normally crowded with tourists. So I'm hoping to get to enjoy it a little more alone today. Right now I'm crossing the Kjelsund Bridge, which connects the mainland to the island of Hinnøya. This bridge is 1007 meters long, for those who might wonder. And it's very often closed when it's windy because it tends to blow a lot here. So the whole community is hoping for the state to build a tunnel here. But anyway, it's a little early to be out riding here in Northern Norway. The season normally doesn't start before the middle of May, or for someone maybe in June. But it seems like the climate changes, or I actually don't want to say that because I can't believe in it, because that means that snowmobile season will be even shorter, and it's already way too short due to lack of snow. So this movie was actually supposed to be a snowmobile movie, but I haven't been able to film that much because I haven't been riding that much, so that's just the way it is. But I do have a few clips that I'm going to show you. From where I live, it's around 180 kilometers to Svolvær, which is considered to be the capital of Lofoten. It's a really great place, and if you ask me, the Lofoten really starts when you go past Svolvær and further out. As I mentioned, I will be testing out some camera gear today. I got two new GoPro Hero 13s, and I also got the media mod so that I'm able to connect an external microphone, because I'm planning to put a microphone in the helmet. I actually ordered one, but it didn't arrive, so that will be interesting to test out. I also got the GoPro, the remote, so that I can start recording on both cameras at the same time with just one push of the button. And for those who are wondering, it doesn't work that well because it keeps disconnecting from the cameras, so you have to restart and reconnect, and it's a mess actually, but when it works it's really good. So I really hope that GoPro can fix this somehow. I read online that they are having issues with the new 13s, and many people are. So I'm expecting them to get an update or something that will make it more stable. I also have to say that the picture stabilization on the new GoPros, it's just awesome. It's so smooth, I really like it, and it's a night and day difference from the old GoPro 6 that I had, which you of course would expect. I also got a new drone, a DJI Mavic Air 3, and I also have to say it's also a night and day difference from the old DJI Maverick Pro I had. So it's nice to have some new gear, and I'm also thinking about maybe buying a new Insta360 X4 or maybe X5, the newest one. We'll see. Now we are getting close to the Lofast roundabout, where the Lofast road starts, which was a revolution when it came, because earlier you had to go to Sortland and then to Melbu and take a ferry in order to be able to go to Svolvær or Lofoten. So this road is really nice, and it's around 50 kilometers long, and then you connect to the old road. The Lofast road has some great sceneries, and it's got some really big wide turns, slack turns, so it's actually not that funny on the motorcycle, because you'd want to go much faster, and the speed limit is only 80 kilometers an hour. But all in all, it's a great road that I really recommend. As some of you might see, it might look like I am speeding basically all the time. I'm actually not. I'm not saying that I'm never speeding, but the thing is, I have re-geared my bike, so I have dropped one tooth on the front sprocket, which equals 3 teeth on the rear sprocket. So when I'm going 100 kilometers an hour, it's closer to 80 kilometers in real life. We are now crossing Raftssundet and the Raftsund Bridge. I've actually been here in the summertime many times with my boat, and also visited the famous fjord Trollfjord, which is a little further out to the right. So this is obviously a different ride out to Lofoten, with all the pale colors in the nature. Normally it's very green here, but I do think it's very beautiful with the snow in the mountains, where you normally see green fields. And I just realized that since there's so little traffic, the riding might be a little boring to watch, but that's the way it is. And I just found this cute little rest place Down here in the summer it's usually packed with caravans or campers. So today I'm going to sit down and have a Pepsi Max all by myself. I decided to take a little detour and visit a place called Holløy. I've always just driven right past this place, so I wanted to see what's going on here, if anything at all. So I was actually supposed to ride past Laukvik on my way to Svolvær, but I obviously don't remember the map that well, so I missed a right turn in an intersection down to Fiskebøl. But I'll still go to Laukvik first, it'll just be a little longer, so just bear with me. When you come to the end of the Lofast road and start on this road, the old road out to Svolvær, it's actually a pretty funny, twisty road. So I really like it. If you're going to Lofoten, you have to take left here, but I'm going to Laukvik, so I'll just keep straight ahead. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot about motorcycles lately, which I always do. It's the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing I think about before I go to bed, and also continuously through the day, basically. I've been looking a lot on the Ducati Desert X. It looks like a really cool bike, but the price is rather stiff. But I'd really like to test ride one day. I've also been looking at the Yamaha Tenere 700. That looks like a really cool bike. And even though I have two other bikes, the XRV 750 Africa Twin and the WR 450F, I still feel like I need one more bike. And I think it's going to be a Tenere 700. The XRV is great and the CRF is great. I'm not going to get rid of them, but you can't ignore the fact that the Tenere is much lighter and more nimble, so it's going to fill a little gap in my bike lineup. So that's the way it's going to be. I am recording this voiceover 3 weeks after this ride, so I have a little delay there. The editing takes a lot more time than it should, but I'm still learning, so. But anyway, today I called two different guys with two different Teneres, and both of them was sold actually today. So I was actually planning to go pick up a Tenere tomorrow, but that's obviously not going to happen. So that was a bummer, but I'll just have some more patience and see if another one appears here in Northern Norway. Now we are coming to Laukvik, which is a little fishing village, and according to Google there's around 360 people living here. So it's going to be interesting to see, because I've never been here before. To the left in the distance you can see what is called the Gjeller, which is used to dry fish, and here in Laukvik it seems to only be cod heads that are hanging. So they are drying them and then exporting them to mostly Africa or Nigeria, and for 2023 they exported 3,600 tons of dried fish. I think that's pretty awesome or weird. The fish itself is considered to be an exclusive food, but the dried cod heads are mostly being grinded to flour and then used as flour for different things. But when you feel the stench around the Gjeller where they are dried, you basically can't believe that this is some exclusive food, or because it smells really bad. I will show you the Gjeller and thousands and thousands of dried cod heads in just a second. So I rode back to the intersection that I showed you, and now I'm on my way to Svolvær. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to my favorite place in Svolvær, which is bacalao, and I'm going to eat some cod, I think. There are more fancy restaurants in Svolvær, but I like bacalao. They always have good food and a good atmosphere, or at least I think so. Right now it's just 1 degree outside, so it's actually getting quite cold, and I'm really looking forward to warming up a little inside. The temperature gauge on my bike is actually showing 2 degrees too much, so that's kind of scary if it's getting close to 0 and the road can be slippery. But at this time of year and at this time of the day, it's less likely to be slippery, but I'll just take it easy. This is the gate to Svolvær, or at least I like to say so. I've been in Svolvær many times with my boat. It takes around 1 hour and 45 minutes to go there by boat in 30 knots from where I live, so it's actually much faster than going by car or bike. I guess that's often the case here in Northern Norway when it comes to comparing traveling times with boat versus vehicles. But anyway, I'm going to show you a famous statue which is called Fiskarkona when we come to Svolvær. And it's a statue of a woman who is looking for her husband, who was of course a fisherman that was out at sea, and often when they were supposed to come home, they didn't know when they would come home, so they often stood there scouting for the boat, wanting them back home of course, and sadly they didn't always return. That's the way it was and still is today, I guess. Being a fisherman is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, so all respect to them. So the cod was delicious, and now I'm actually back at Laukvik, or I just passed Laukvik. I rode the same way back, and I'm riding this way back to Fiskebøl. This road is actually called the Midnight Sun Road, because you can obviously see the midnight sun here all night. So maybe I'll have to go here in the summertime, because as most of you probably know, the sun never goes down here in Northern Norway in the summer, so it can be quite spectacular. We are now coming to a place called Delp. That's quite a funny name, isn't it? At least I think so. Anyways, this fall I'm planning to go for a 2 months motorcycle ride down in Europe and maybe further down in the world, I guess. So I really hope that I will be able to do that, and I also wonder what bike I'm going to take. Should I take the XRV or should I take the CRF? Or maybe I should take the 10RA if I get one. Let me know in the comments what you think. Personally, I think it would be cool to take the XRV. I guess I have a luxurious problem, as we say in Norway, but I love and live for bikes, so having more of them, why not? So the reason for me wanting to go for a ride down in Europe and maybe further down in the fall is because I really don't like riding when it's so hot. My perfect riding temperature is between 15 and 20 degrees. That's just perfect. These past summers it seems like people from Europe are actually escaping up to colder weather here in Norway just to get away from the heat, so that says something. And also I want to avoid the tourist season, so my plan is to go in September and October, and I hope to be able to ride the Swiss Alps, but this trip is still in an early phase of the planning, so nothing's for sure. I found this little cool lookout house down by the seaside. Seems like that you can just sit down here and enjoy the views. Really cool. So I haven't had this year's service on the CRF, but the other day I just got a package with oil and filter, and I'm also going to replace the chain and sprockets, because the bike now has a little over 35,000 kilometers on it, and I think it's about time to replace them. When it comes to chain and sprockets, I always like to change them before they are totally worn out. This year I'm also going to try some new tires, which will be the Metzler Karoo Street 3, so that will be interesting. that's it for today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did, well, you know the drill. And until next time, we are out.